And here we are again for another version of Trey's Chow Down Live. I'm excited today have Brett in the studio with the doc. Brett, thanks. Yes, sir. And we'll get back to him in a minute. As usual, we're going to do hot topics right now. Stuff going on in national news, which is I found this very interesting. Actually, it caught me off guard because I would never have thought they would do this. But Kroger has built a new in Cincinnati. They're trying this nationwide, but they're the test stores in Cincinnati. They built a whole new store with a food hall in it, and the food hall's got 6 restaurants.
Wow!
Inside the Kroger, yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, they've got a taco, They got a taco restaurant, a barbecue restaurant, bar 1832, some kind of dessert whip bar, and something else. And they're going to make everything fresh, all of them fresh daily to order.
Wow.
So if you think about it, they're trying to capture people to stay in their store.
Exactly.
The longer they got, the more money they make. So
exactly.
They're going to go in there.
You stay longer, you'll spend more.
They got a bar. People are going to drink. What do you do when you drink? You buy more stuff.
Exactly.
So it's pretty smart.
Very smart. Very smart.
And also, too, this is a bad deal. Pizza Hut's down. They're having a lot of trouble. Pizza Hut franchisees are going to be down about 10%. They're down 3% for the third quarter nationwide. They're going to close 500 units, about 500 units.
Wow.
They bought into the Grubhub app, Grubhub company.
Yep.
And it took a lot of their the money away from their Yum brands, and it hadn't gone with what they thought it was going to do.
Right.
So they're down. They're going to try to recoup it by closing the units, which they probably can, but it's going to take them a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Texas Roadhouse. This is something really good for everybody. Texas Roadhouse for Veterans Day is going to offer free lunch to any military honor Veterans Day 11 to 4. 11 to 4 free lunch. That's pretty good. They're going to serve a lot of food.
That's going to be a lot of meals.
You better get there early.
Yes, sir.
And in the Legacy Plano Food Hall, local news, the Legacy Plano Food Hall in Plano has got a new concept called the Italian Job, and it's fresh made pasta to order as you order it from scratch.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. It's got two Italian guys, and it's going to be a great concept. And that's in Legacy. Yeah. It's in the Legacy Food Hall, and it's called the Italian Job. So if you're local, y'all need to check that out.
Absolutely. They're going to be making pasta right in front of you.
Yeah, right.
It's right in front of you.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I heard the concept before it actually got to its fruition.
Oh, wow.
And so they told me about it, and they're really excited about that over there.
It'll be good.
Yeah, it's going to bring it's a showstopper, basically.
Fresh pasta.
Fresh pasta right on the spot. Drop it in the hot water. Boom, you got it. It's all made.
That tastes like nothing else.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It changes the whole flavor profile.
Exactly.
And also, Texas-wide, if y'all, everybody who gets coupons in the mail, Whataburger sent out this week a coupon for a buy one, get one Monterey Melt for free. So that's pretty good. Everybody loves Whataburger.
Champions in the state of Texas.
That's right, champions. All right, now we're going to get involved with Brett from the dock.
Yes, sir.
All right, Brett. Hey, man, thanks again for coming.
Pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So, before, kind of tell me how the dock. How did it was? You started with a food truck.
Sure.
Well, let's go back a minute. Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Maryland.
Maryland.
Grew up in Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. So I'm a Virginia, Maryland, Delaware. They call it Delmarva type thing. So we spent a lot of time with crabs. Obviously, Maryland's for crabs. So Old Bay is kind of my whole signature profile that I use on a lot of things. And spent a great deal of my first 20 years there. Went to school in the Carolinas. So I picked up a little bit of a twang, a little bit of twang, say accents, that type of thing. So I spent a lot of time on the coast. And then I had some cousins that lived on the Cape, so a little bit south of P-Town, Provincetown. And
beautiful area.
Yeah, gorgeous, unbelievable. So some landscape there. Just,
especially in season change.
Yeah, right, exactly. So we spent a few summers there in the early 80s. And fell in love with the lobster factor. I think lobsters back then may have been $4 somewhere in that neighborhood. It was cheap. Cheap. I just remember it being really cheap, and we could have it anytime you wanted.
Yeah.
So
kind of like hamburgers here.
Yeah, exactly.
I was wondering when I first saw your sign, the dock. When I first saw it over in Fort Worth in the new food hall.
Yeah.
I was wondering because to be good at seafood, you have to either have been trained in it or lived there, and I was wondering. So now I put two and two together.
Yeah, so I've lived there and breathed it. I actually work for a manufacturer called King of Prince Seafood, and they're based in Georgia. So a lot of things got fruition came to head back in 2015, and it's like,
is that when you moved here?
Yeah, no, actually, I've been here since 2006.
Okay.
So I moved here with Nestle. I was a corporate chef for Nestle for probably about 8 years, and spent a lot of time on the manufacturing side, sales, resource, menu development,
Nestle
planning. Yeah, Nestle's.
Boy, that's a big company.
That's huge, bro. That's huge.
What else does Nestle own now?
Oh, you can't imagine. I mean,
everything you touch,
cosmetics, water. They own the whole water industry.
Yeah,
basically.
they have them and Coca-Cola. They have the largest water sales, don't they?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely by far none. They were hoping when the world ends that they will be the water resource, that you're going to have to come to Nestle to get the water. Basically,
the water, yeah, that's kind of funny.
I'm like, really? That's what you want to be known for?
So what was your favorite thing to do in Maryland growing up? When did you get attracted to cooking?
Really, cooking didn't come into play until about high school. So we worked at a little place called Roy Rogers.
I remember Roy Rogers.
You remember Roy?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were nationwide.
Yeah. So they were big. They were run by. I want to say a component of Marriott, believe it or not, back in the day. Maybe back in the day, or so I was a chicken guy.
Yeah.
So I was a chicken guy. I was a pressure cooker, steam. The whole pressure cooker steamer called a broaster. So we used to broast our chickens. Broaster, man. We used to broast those chickens. Oh man, I was back there. I had flour from head to toe. So I was a hot mess.
But that's experience.
That was experience.
That builds character.
Exactly. So I would come home and I stunk like chicken. My parents say, "Go throw those clothes in the dishwasher." Whatever you got to do, and really loved it. I really had a great passion for it. So I did that during the summer. Junior year, senior year, something like that, and then went to college and say, hey, I'm going to be a business guy. And lo and behold, I didn't. I was like, nah. It was my stepfather. I got to give credit to him for saying, hey, you really enjoyed yourself in the food industry. Why don't you look in to see if there's a hospitality program? And sure enough, I went to. I ended up going to East Carolina and studied hotel restaurant management. First off.
So I would never have thought that.
No.
So this is what I love about what I do.
Yeah.
People sit in that chair, talk to me, have passion.
Right.
And you started at a young age, and you did all this, and I would never.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good about judging people, but when I looked at you, I never would have thought you were first from Maryland.
Right.
Because you didn't act like that. Because they act a little different. You've been here for a little
bit.
Right.
I've been here for a good while. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So really, the passion came into fruition when I spent my time at Ruby Tuesday. So Ruby Tuesday was my first gig.
Ruby Tuesday. I eat them in California a lot.
Yeah, so Ruby Tuesday, my first gig, spent about 3 years with them, and spent majority of my time. I was basically got to the assistant GM type deal. I was in their management program.
Oh, cool.
And
experience.
Experience, chalk it all up. Just loved what I was doing, but I spent most of the time in the kitchen. And that's where the passion came into factor, and really fell in love with it. I got burned out 6 days a week, 8 hours a week.
Yeah, restaurant business will do that to you.
It'll hurt you. It'll hurt you.
6 days a week. That's all.
Yeah, you come in on your day off for doing inventory.
Right, yeah. You know what's funny? We were standing out. I go to new restaurants between 5 and 10 every week, and we were at a new restaurant Wednesday. Jen and I were there. And it's the same old song, because I worked in restaurants all my life. And we sat down at the bar at this new pizza place over in Dallas. It's really good, social pie. And we sat down, and I saw these two guys at the POS system arguing. And I heard the guy say, "Man, I do not want to come back here tonight. This is my day off." So same old song, boy.
Oh my gosh! Exactly.
I was like, "Boy, I'm glad I'm not back there with them. Something's going on." They couldn't. It took them an hour to get it figured out.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we used to do inventory on pieces of paper, basically.
But you know what?
No computers.
Sometimes I think, especially when you take care of customers, I think that might have been easier. Maybe not for the kitchen, because you don't get to put the tickets out, but as far as people up front,
right.
When people write stuff down and it's harder to lose it all, because if a computer goes down, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah,
nowadays.
exactly, and that happens too as well.
But for all your ordering and your food control and the staff control issue, stuff like that, that's good.
Yeah, exactly. I learned a great deal from them. I owe my whole backbone basically for Ruby Tuesday. They taught me a great deal. They taught me, it's all about details. In restaurant, if you're not looking at the details, you're gonna fail. You're not gonna be consistent.
Right.
You're not gonna deliver on what you want to deliver. So you got to look at all the details. All the details.
I tell people all the time the difference between a chef and a cook. A cook, somebody goes in for a paycheck. He wants to do one thing, go home.
Yep.
A chef is somebody looks at everything.
Everything.
The whole operation.
You got to look at the whole. You got to look at the ceiling. You got to look at the fans. You got to look at the vents. you got to know everything that's going on in your restaurant.
Dude, there's nothing worse than going to a restaurant and thinking it's clean, looking up, seeing dirty, nasty vents with stuff blowing, hanging off of them.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That tells you right there they don't care.
No, they don't.
They're not caring. They're not on focus. They're not on point. They're not really seeing the whole picture.
No passion.
No passion. No passion.
There for a check.
Exactly. If you want somebody to come in your house, you want to make sure that it's clean, right? You're gonna go top to bottom. You may not be that way every day, but when you got guests coming over, but that's the way it has to be every day in a restaurant.
Right.
It has to be that way. So
yeah, my used to when I was little, they used to tell me you got time to lean, you got time to clean. So don't if business is slow, clean, do something.
Yeah, just wipe something. Yeah, because it's got dust on it.
Always need something to do.
Yeah.
So you left Ruby Tuesday. Where'd you go after that?
So Ruby Tuesday. So we did a little a hiatus thing in Hilton Head Island, believe it or not. So
that's you know what? That's one place I have not been, but all the picture things beautiful.
Right. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. So it's a little island off South Carolina. So we spent a great deal of time with the Westons. Got into the hotel industry really a little bit, and then managed a pizza restaurant as well. And so we spent about 3 years there, dabbling with a little bit of everything, basically waiting tables, managing, doing all the things that we're supposed to be doing. Just learning.
Full circle.
Just keep learning, keep learning. So on top of that, we spent 6 months in St. Thomas.
Oh,
So we got
St.
a ride with
Been
Marriott to work at St. Thomas, Frenchman's Reef. And we had a blast there. Met my wife there.
Did you? What did you do in St. Thomas?
So we waited tables.
That's cool.
They wanted to put me in management. I was like, nah, I'm making too much money waiting tables. It's like, don't bother.
In some places you do. In some places you'll make a lot more.
You do.
Especially cash.
Right. Cash. Well, under the table. Nobody's listening, but yeah. But anyway, yeah, you make a great deal of money. We had a great experience there. We spent 6 months there. We could have stayed, but we decided to come back and do one more year in Hilton Head, and that's where I was like, hey,
where did Hilton Head get its name from? Do you know?
It had something to do with.
Every time I hear it, I think of the Hilton family.
I used to remember. I'm going to be totally honest that I don't know.
That's okay.
But I think I think it has something to do with the area or something of that nature.
Okay.
And some of the artifacts that are in that area, because it was very Indian predominant area basically. So there's there's a huge Indian heritage there basically.
Okay.
So some of the names like the Fusky are all Indian tribal names and that kind of thing.
That's neat.
Yeah, so it's really cool area. Very nice. Very laid back. That's pretty much where Forrest Gump was filmed.
Yeah.
In Georgia, Savannah, the whole area there too.
You said you did pizza. I was in early 90s.
Right.
I was in worked for Pizza Hut before they were Yum Brand. When they were actually still Pizza Hut, we were.
Sure.
I was hired to be a director. to train people and director. We opened up Delco units in Southern California.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, we were opening up like 5 a week. They were cranking.
Oh yeah, easily,
Yeah.
very much. Pizza is still hot today. It was hot back then too. So
there's a difference to the craft artisan pizza versus that. It's a big difference.
Right.
You make pizza at your place?
Pizza. We don't. We don't. Yeah. It's too encumbersome.
Yeah.
There's too many people doing it. Let them do that. Let them do a good job.
Big market now.
Yeah, it is a big market. I mean, pizza, tacos, burgers. It's still hot.
That's why you got doing what you're doing. You got a niche.
Yeah, I got a niche.
So you left Hilton Head. You do have a niche. You left Hilton Head.
I did. Yeah, so I left Hilton Head. So we decided, hey, we got to put a ring on the wife, the fiance. We got to put a ring on that.
Yeah.
So we took care.
Put a ring on it.
So I had to get her to go where I was going. So basically, we said, hey, my passion's food. I had an opportunity to buy a restaurant in Hilton Head.
Okay.
So and the light went off. I don't know enough about food. I do know food, but I don't know how how do we add salt? How do we add pepper or whatever?
Okay.
We just didn't know the science of food. So I said, hey, let's go to culinary school. So we went to Scottsdale Culinary Institute back when it was run by a family run business. It was a phenomenal.
Was it in Scottsdale?
In Scottsdale.
Okay.
Yeah. So we moved west. So we packed it all up. We moved west. Spent about 96 and 97 there. And fell in love with the area. So I fell in love with Scottsdale, Phoenix. Ended up staying 10 years. Opened up a restaurant. Then went into manufacturing and a whole bunch of
I love Arizona.
Stuff. Yeah, it's phenomenal.
I'm going to tell you my Arizona story real quick because I love telling stories. So
absolutely.
First time I went to Arizona was in like the late 90s or late 90s, early 2000s. And I got there. It was middle of summer. and I asked the girl at the delivery counter if she had any convertibles available, and she said, "Oh, I got plenty of convertibles available. What kind do you want?"
Right.
I didn't know it was going to be 100,000 degrees when I left the parking garage. I left the parking garage. When I walked in the parking garage, there was hundreds of convertibles still sitting there. I'm like, this is weird. I'm in Arizona. I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
And I left that parking garage, and I didn't have that top down 2 minutes. I had to put it up. I said, this girl got me, man. She got me for a week's worth of money. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
They were probably all still laughing about that counter the next day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so go ahead.
Yeah.
So you went to culinary school there?
Yeah, so we went to culinary school there, ended up coming out, opening up a place called Armadillo Grill with a couple from Canada. And we put an eclectic menu. We kind of resembled a little bit like Houston's, if you're familiar with
I love
that brand.
Houston's. I love their cheese bread at Houston's.
Yeah, oh yeah. Everything there is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Their spin dip, their salads, their hickory burger. Oh my God! So so we emulated a little bit of that. We were fairly successful. They just ran out of money. They had a hard time getting the doors open. Basically,
that happens.
Ran out of money, and then they ended up turning it into a sports bar. And then off-track betting. I think like 10 years later, they made it like an off-track betting site.
Still there.
So yeah, it's still there. It's still there. Yeah, it's still on Camelback. Sits there right there.
Alcohol, betting.
I'm sure. Betting. Guess what? You got butts in the seats,
dude. You couldn't get rid of those people if you blew it up with dynamite. I don't know where you get rid of them.
Exactly.
Alcohol and betting nowadays. Shit. Gambling.
That's it. Yeah. So we moved on to the resort life. Went and spent some time at Camelback Inn with Marriott again, and then a little small resort called Sunburst down on Scottsdale Road. So we did a little bit of time there. It was a blast. Just picking up the pieces, learning something new. We're learning from a new chef. We're learning a lot of different things from the culinary standpoint. Just getting my whole backbone, really, who I am.
What was your favorite thing about culinary school?
I think the most fascinating part was just really getting entrenched, getting able to perform the actual executing dishes, recipes, learning. The learning factor was just I soaked that all up because it was just like, whew, I mean, this. I think I had a 3.8 or 3.9, and the only reason I didn't get a 4.0 is my dad passed away in the time that I was in school.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. He's good. He's with me right now.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, but one class docked me for not missing a day or something like that. So I was in love with. I had a great time. It was phenomenal.
How long was that class? How long was school?
18 months. 18 months.
Was
2 years.
5 day weeks?
Yeah.
So it was full time.
Yeah, full time, and then you had to go out and get a job basically, and then you had to do a 3-month
internship.
Internship. Yeah, exactly.
So what was if you could take anything from the culinary school? If people who are listening might want to be a chef, what was the best thing you could take away? Your most favorite thing that you did? If you remember the school, what's the thing you remember the most?
I think you remember the most is basically the passion that the instructors really gave you. But if you don't get the one thing I would say is if you don't put yourself in the moment, you're never going to get anything out of it. Yeah. Basically, so you've got to be in the moment all the time. You can't just say, "Hey, this is just a school," or "This is high school," or "This is college."
That ain't it.
That's not it. That's not it. It is not. You got to be in the moment and entrenched on what you're trying to get accomplished.
How many people you think go to culinary school and don't even finish because they say, I can't do it?
Exactly.
How many?
Yeah. The percentages are probably pretty high.
Are they?
I would say 40%.
Did people drop out when you were there?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we started with 18. We finished with 12 in my class. So I mean, that's a pretty significant number drop. So it boils down to just that wasn't their passion. They thought it was because they cooked at home or they did something.
They didn't realize the science behind it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a total art.
And details.
Details.
Yeah.
Just like when you find a location.
That's right.
It's details.
That's right.
Yeah, very much so.
So when you left there, did you continue? You continue to learn every day, obviously, but
right.
When you left there, were you excited when you graduated and left there? Were you happy with that?
Oh, yeah. Cool. I was tickled pink to get a job. I think it was. I don't know. I came out, I think, making 27 a year or something like that. It was really a tickle pink thing. Got my first exec job, even though I really wasn't qualified to be an exec.
Yeah.
But they gave it to me.
You learned on the job.
But I learned on the job.
Yeah.
Exactly. I learned, and we took a lot of the skills.
I love and I owned restaurants, and I would always take I understand college is important to some people, but to me, that's not what I looked at. If somebody had on the job experience and they had got great training, because I think college school teaches you a lot of stuff, but nothing teaches you like on the job training back there in the trenches. That's just where you learn.
Exactly.
That's where you learn.
Exactly.
You might learn the basics and the schematics and the details about how to do things. But on the job training, man, that's the best.
Yeah, exactly. You get the chance to blow things up. You blow it up, break it down. You failed at this, but guess what? You fixed it the next day.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a blessing.
Trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error. It is. That's how people create things. We create
right.
wonderful things.
That's right.
Every day.
when you left Arizona, what'd you do?
Yeah. So Arizona, we spent a great deal of time there. We had a little stint in Lubbock just a hotel deal that we did, and then back to Arizona doing a manufacturer rep basically, and then from Arizona, Nestle said, "Hey, we need somebody in Dallas." So I can't. That's how I got to Dallas.
Nestle's again.
Nestle's
lured you in,
Nestle
man.
pulled me and said, "Hey," but I was excited. It was a great opportunity.
Was that money knocking at the door?
It was more or less money and then more or less family. We just started a family, and the wife's from Texas. And you got to raise your family in Texas. That's right. Basically what it is.
It's a good place to raise kids.
Yeah, it boils it down to that. And then we had plenty of places to pick, and we picked Frisco. So it's like
Frisco's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, when did you move to Frisco?
06. 2006.
It's changed a bunch since then.
Oh, it's night and day.
They're on hyperspeed now.
Just to say the least.
I was just there. We were just there. I went to there's a new E.J. Wells gastropub opened up in McKinney.
Okay.
And the whole complex is new. Every time I go, there's a new complex somewhere.
Oh yeah,
and it was good. It was very good.
Right. Yeah, they're on like you said, hyperspeed. They're massive growth right now.
Roads, everything.
It's not even Frisco anymore. I don't know. You might as well just change the name.
Well, everything is just Dallas Fort Worth now. Everything's all combined.
It is.
Yeah.
They're
combining all the infrastructure, so it's all one.
All right. Exactly.
When I was a kid, to pack up to go to Dallas or Plano or something, man, that was an all day thing. Now it's like, you want to go to lunch? All right, we'll go come back. I mean, that's what they do.
Right. Exactly.
So you came here and you started. Where'd you get the idea for the dock? Let's go there.
Yeah, so the dock basically, if I was thinking seafood, I was saying, hey, what really represents seafood, and what's my best experience? Well, being on a dock somewhere, it's fishermen's, you got boats lined up everywhere, and you got people bringing in fish, you got people bringing in all kinds of seafood, whether it be lobster, crab, whatever it may be. So I had a lot of experiences as a kid being on a dock. And then dock means a little bit more mobile. So it's like, we are the dock, and the truck can be anywhere, and so you're going to come to the dock.
Oh, cool.
So that's kind of correlated.
So you put some thought into your name.
I put a little bit of thought into it, yeah. But even though dock is very well prevalent out in the country, the whole United States.
So when I start Googling you, it's prevalent.
Oh, it's prevalent.
Oh, my God. Everywhere, social media, I don't care where you're dock. I was like, this is not him, doc. This is not him, doc. I just said, I give up. I tried to look right because it was it's just very prevalent.
Oh, exactly.
I didn't think so. Because I don't live on, I travel, I spend a time every summer in Florida a lot of time, but I never think about calling something the dock.
The dock.
So
just the dock.
But when you start researching.
Yeah, So I would get marine publications. I would get all kinds of books. I get things that people thought I was the real dock.
Oh, my God.
I'm not a real dock. I'm a truck.
That's funny.
It was cool. It was cool.
So your truck is beautiful. It's that blue.
It's that it's kind of a purplish blue.
In a sea of food trucks, I looked it up. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Where'd you get? How'd you figure out the color? Where'd the color come from?
Color came off actually a car I was driving.
Did it really?
Yeah, I was driving a Honda Accord, and the color was like a mystic blue, purple, and I knew it had to be blue. I've been around blue pretty much all my life, and so I was like, it had to be blue, and that blue was just. It's
phenomenal. A really pretty.
It stands out.
It pops. It's really blue.
Yeah. You can see it at least 2 miles down the road.
Yeah, at least.
You're like, what's that coming?
Yeah, because if you park your truck in a sea of food trucks, you're going to see it. right away.
Right.
I don't know if you meant it to be that way, but it turned out that way.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nobody like everyone's usually white is the foundation, or if they don't have the money or the funding to get into it, it's usually a white, and then they label everything.
But a lot of people too aren't creative.
Yeah,
they're talented.
Yep.
But they're not creative in as far as colors and
right. Absolutely.
You did the food truck. So how'd you make your first menu for the food truck? Did you test food? What'd you do?
Yeah, we had a complicated menu, actually, believe it or not. We test some food at the house, obviously, right?
Right.
So we tested some
That's
things.
your test kitchen.
We tested people and their neighbors. So we hit the neighbors really. We had a couple parties. We do some sliders. We had some lobster fritters. We had all kinds of crazy stuff on the menu.
See, this is stories I like to hear, how people start. This is stories that this is something anybody can do in the world. Anybody. You start in your house. You started with the idea. You did it, and it worked, and you just kept carrying your dream through. And that's some people are scared. Some people are scared to take that leap.
Right.
And it's just interesting to me how you could anybody. This is America. You can do anything you want to do.
Anything.
That's just neat. So
I think people just get that whole fear factor. That roadblocks everybody.
Fear is good, though.
And when you jump on the other side of fear, it's like you got the whole wind at your back.
That's right.
It's amazing. I mean, you can do anything you want once you pass that fear, that roadblock.
If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
That's huge.
So you did that. So you tested food out in your house.
Yeah. So we tested in the house.
When you did it in your house, what was the number one dish that everybody loved so much that you said, "Aha, this is it"?
Believe it or not, I'm gonna fail you now because
you don't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. I know. We did a beach burger. We did a fritter.
What is in a lobster fritter? Explain lobster fritter.
So lobster fritter really basically, I took the conch fritter. If you ever been to Florida,
Yes.
You've been to Florida.
A lot. A lot. Everything's conch.
Yeah, conch everything. So I took that lobster. I took lobster meat and put it inside of a cornmeal base. So and then a bunch of fresh herbs, fresh vegetables, all that kind of stuff. So and you add egg, you add a little bit of flour, you bind it, and so it's almost like it's like a scoop and fry. So you scoop it, drop it in the fryer, or you could bake it.
Is the texture similar to a hush puppy?
Yeah, almost like a hush puppy.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's granular.
But better.
But it's 10 times better than a hush puppy.
Obviously.
Yeah, because you got all this savory, you got the sweet in there.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of everything going in there. So
Do you serve that now?
Yeah. We don't, but I'm going to probably put it back.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it back.
Well, the way it sounds, you probably need to put it back on the menu.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so you start the truck.
Yep.
Has your menu evolved since then, or do you remember the menu we started with?
Yeah, I still have a picture of that menu. I'm actually probably going to try to. We still have the board that we did, the very first board that we did for the truck. So it was like an A-frame, and believe it or not, it was the kids' chalkboard.
That's cool.
Is that funny or what?
That's a great story.
So yeah,
there's that passion again.
Yeah, there's passion. We're trying to save a few bucks.
Hey, you learned. You did what you had to do, man, to make it work.
You got to make it work. Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. So that chalkboard, we're trying to probably put that up in the restaurant, and try to duplicate the first ever menu that we ever did.
That's cool.
So it was really cool. So it was the wife and myself. So wife put some blood, sweat, and tears in this whole thing, and we battled back and forth. We did the whole thing. The first day was really a disaster for me, but it was successful.
So you live together and you work together.
Yeah.
That's how trying it is on a relationship.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's trying.
It's brutal.
I'm looking at that booth in there.
Yeah, those guys are shaking their heads.
The one in the middle is really shaking her head.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice.
But that's tough. But that tells you right there how strong a relationship is, because a lot of marriages nowadays, love's not going to do it when it comes to relationship. You got to have a friendship. You got to be able to live together and work together and hang out and have a good time.
Absolutely.
You can't base on love because it's not going to last.
No, it won't. It will never last.
And that's a test. That's right. That's a test of time when you work together too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's my backbone. I couldn't do what I'm doing without her. So that's what it is.
So y'all did the truck. How long did the truck run?
So the truck's been running since 2016. So we put it into motion like the summer of 16. And it's still running. It'll run this weekend. So it's still running. We still have it. And it's been every year. It's been a banner year for us.
Where do you push? Where do you park the truck? I haven't seen it. Where do you different places?
Yeah, so we're in different places. So I look at the North Dallas Tollway, and we're up and down the North Dallas Tollway.
Oh, there's lots of money over there. Lots of traffic.
Oh yeah. So we'll go all the way down to Lower Greenville. And then we'll come all the way up to Patterson, Plano, Frisco.
You stay where the
Prosper.
traffic is.
We go where the traffic.
Food trucks have got to have traffic.
Exactly.
But you're not a fixed establishment, so you got to have. Do y'all use Twitter or Instagram or anything to get to where you're going to be that day?
Right. Yeah, a lot of Facebook.
A lot of Facebook. Do y'all have people that follow you to do that? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Exactly.
Have you ever been to a location, got up and moved to go to another location?
We never did that on anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, we feel, hey, we got to be here. We got to be here. So we got to commit to whoever we're going to work with that day.
All the food trucks, guys that I know, and I've seen, it's always about location. Of course, being a restaurant is too, but especially food truck, because if you don't make your money that day, then you're dead in the water. But
right.
Do you have to pay for locations, or is it just a gentleman's agreement where you are?
Yeah, it's based on who we're dealing with. If it's corporate, we sometimes got to pay. Sometimes if we're doing a corporate outing or a corporate lunch, we don't have to pay. Depends on who owns the space and what we got to do with it.
Corporate stuff's good though, right? Because it's already they're going to buy.
Yeah, exactly. It's already built in. It's built in. You got a captive audience.
Sure.
And then all you got to do is go out and get a permit, and you're good to go, basically.
What's your best-selling dish on the truck?
Best-selling dish is our lobster grinder, actually.
Your lobster grinder. I saw that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about your menu, but I saw that.
Yeah.
What? It just sounds good to me. I saw that lobster grinder. It kind of sounds sexy a little bit. Lobster grinder.
Grinder. That's what. They leave the lobster out. They just call it a grinder. Hey, give me the grinder.
That can mean a lot of things.
Oh, I know. Exactly. I don't know where you're going with that.
So what's on the grinder?
Yeah, so the grinder basically is a combination of a bunch of herbs, fresh lobster meat. We take a couple different proteins from Langostino tails, and then we take sea came.
Wait, hang on. Take a couple proteins.
Yep, a couple proteins.
You and I know what proteins are, but
most people don't. Yeah,
that's right. It's two different kinds of lobsters?
Yep, two different lobsters. Yep, so we got claw meat, we got knuckle meat, and then we got Langostino tail, basically.
Okay.
Meat. And then we combine them all together and then fold it in. It's kind of like chunked up. So we call it grind it. We grind it.
Because you grind it, okay.
We grind it. So so we're hand grinding it. We're not throwing it in a machine or anything. We're just hand grinding. So
you do that. What do you grind it with? What's a binder?
So the binder's mayo. So
mayo,
just a light mayo, and then we throw a bunch of seasonings in there. Gotta have Old Bay.
Yeah,
Old Bay's in there. Old Bay, fresh herbs. So we got fresh cilantro, parsley, and chives.
It's fresh.
So
sounds good.
It's fresh. Yeah, it's tasty.
I love. It's cilantro and chives. Both people either like them or they don't. There's no. It's either a yes or no.
Right.
But I think they really add a lot of flavor to the profile. I think freshness, right? Something.
You're giving a whole dimension. You're opening up their palate by. You don't even taste it really. You don't taste the chives or the cilantro.
Just a little bit because it combines with the flavor.
Right. Exactly. Right. You're tasting a whole dimension of flavors. Exactly. Yeah. And then we finish it with a bunch of garnishes. So we got smoked paprika. We've got our house aioli, and then we have a drizzle of butter on top.
Your house aioli, how do you make that?
Yeah, so the house aioli basically is really mayo based, and then basically we utilize a bunch of ingredients with cilantro, lemon, garlic. Something you would see creamy garlic on everything.
Sure.
So basically
making that fresh makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Makes that fresh, yeah. Absolutely.
People ever ask you to buy it?
Oh yeah. They want me to package it.
That's a whole other department. That's a whole other deal.
That's a whole other. Yeah. I haven't messed with that yet.
Yeah, that's a whole other deal.
Yeah, we want to probably. We've had people ask for the chips too as well. So we want to probably eventually partner with some chip company and start packaging some of the chips.
What's that big chip with the lighthouse on it? They're made from the East Coast.
Cape Cod.
Cape Cod. They're popular.
Yeah, they are. They're huge. That's their whole East. That's their whole mantra.
So you had the truck. When did you? I saw you for the first time. I don't remember. When did you decide to do your first freestanding brick and mortar? When did you decide to do that?
Yeah. So here we are in Fort Worth. Yeah. So that came about probably July of 2018.
Yeah.
2018.
Okay. It was last year. That's right.
Last year sometime. They said. I actually came about in May, and then they said, "Hey, we could be up and ready by July, but construction takes forever."
Yeah. So
we had some hiccups.
What was your idea to put? When did you decide you wanted to break out of the truck and go to the brick and mortar?
I think really more or less it was trucks are so dependent on the weather.
Yeah.
So what happened was we have a whole rainy month. Well, guess what? We didn't make any money. We couldn't even run the truck. So basically, we say, hey, we need to go indoors somehow, and how are we going to do that? And so that's how we
has it worked out well over there?
It's worked out fairly well. It has. Yeah. We are putting some things in motion right now, obviously to capture some new people to come out. People still don't know we exist.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's even as much as I advertise, and I reach right now we're reaching about 5 million people a month, and people still don't know food hall's even there.
They didn't even know we were there because it's kind of hidden.
It is hidden.
It's hidden.
But it's a great concept. That food hall is clean. It's beautiful. Everything in there, I have tried everything in there. Everything's delicious.
Yeah.
Everything's delicious.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. They're all champions. Everyone of their cuisine, they are it. That's what it is.
And the parking's free.
Right.
I've never had a problem parking. People are, the parking's not a problem. You get to validate and you go. That's it.
Yeah, just validate your ticket. I think people don't understand. You grab a ticket and they're gonna pay, but all you gotta do is validate it.
I think, and I'm not harassing anybody, but I think the Star Telegram, everybody did such a bad deal on the write up on the parking issue they had for a while there, where they were towing all the cars and stuff.
Yeah.
That it scared the hell out of everybody.
It scared everybody.
Yeah,
That's what I hear. I hear that nightmare a couple times.
Yeah,
in the past couple weeks.
Well, the problem was people walking there and they had spotters, and they'd walk off and they'd go tow the car. So, but they don't do that stuff anymore.
Yeah,
that was a while back.
That's way back.
Yeah,
apparently that was like 10 years ago, maybe, or less.
It's a long time ago. So
it was a while back.
Yeah. So it's
there's plenty of parking. We got plenty of garages around.
Are they doing live music down there too? Still?
So Friday, Saturday, we're doing live.
Every Friday, Saturday, live music.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
So you can sit, eat food from the dock, like you're sitting off the dock.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that song? Fishing off the dock of the bay.
Dock of the bay.
Yeah.
Otis Redding.
That's Otis Redding. And you hear music and eat some great seafood.
Yep.
Now, how do you get your lobsters? It's overnight. Do you fresh?
No, actually, it's coming in frozen. We can't get fresh just the way we're set up over there. We just don't have a full blown kitchen like we do.
Oh, that's right. You don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of the hall. We don't have a hood system, that kind of thing. So we have to do a couple little bit of compromises, but you won't see the difference.
No, you won't.
It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So you've got that one, and you're opening up. I'm excited about Dallas. You opened up Dallas.
Yeah, so we got Dallas. We just signed the lease maybe 2 weeks ago. Something like that.
I saw a story it just popped up. Here's what's funny about social media. This is what gets me about social media.
Yeah.
You don't think them so much you're listening. They're listening.
They're listening
because if I speak in my phone,
right,
or I talk to Jana or anybody else around me, I swear within a day something I said will pop up in my feed, one of my feeds, and I'm on all social media platforms.
Exactly.
It will pop up, and I was talking about the dock, and all of a sudden, bam! 2 hours later, that thing came up about your new place in Dallas.
Wow, holy cow!
That's how I found out about it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Somebody did a story, or was it you?
Yeah. Culture Map did a story on us. She called out because we just applied for the liquor license. And
are you going to sell full liquor?
Yeah, so we're going to do full liquor there. Yeah.
Is it a full restaurant or is it?
So it's a fast casual.
That's cool.
Fast casual, 1,900 square feet. Probably got about 45 to 50 inside and maybe 12 outside. So
that's good. That's manageable.
It's manageable. It's a little easier.
Fast casual, but that fast casual is the theme nowadays.
Yeah,
it's
a theme, but I think you're going to be surprised. We're going to give you that full service. Kind of a hospitality.
Knowing you, I'm sure you are.
We're going to go over.
You cannot be in hospitality but not give full service.
No, you're not going to have to come to the counter and get your food. We're going to bring it to you.
Yeah. We're going to have to strip the hospitality badge off if you do that to people. So is that Pretty Blue going to be in there anywhere?
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at your backdrop here. And we're going to have a whole mural on one side of the wall with you're going to feel like you're on the dock. So
that's a great idea.
The dock's going to go out like this, and you're going to look out. You're going to look out for miles of ocean, sand, and everything else. So it's going to be phenomenal.
Isn't it exciting to see your dream where you started in your kitchen? So here you are. We're talking about you starting in your kitchen, and we're making it sound easy. Well, it's not easy, but it was worth everything you went through.
Oh, it was absolutely, yeah,
absolutely fantastic. Yeah. You're going to So when you open up, you serve, but you serve alcohol. You don't, but they have alcohol over here at your other place.
We do have alcohol. We got a full bar. We have a full bar. It's just I'm not part of that. I don't manage that piece, but
no, but it's right there.
Does. Yeah. The hall does. Exactly.
So I forgot. So music, full bar, and you're going to have one over at the fast casual.
Correct.
You're going to have cocktails and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So everything. Okay.
Yeah, we applied for the license. We had to apply for a variance. Apparently, we're within the actual numbers. We're 500 and some feet away from a school, but apparently our borders match up to each other. So our property lines are next to each other.
Guess what? They want that tax money. They're going to give you a license.
Yeah.
How long does it take now to get a license?
Yeah, I think so. It goes to vote December 11th. So we're looking. It's like 60 days.
That's not
60
bad.
Days, so we may get open before then. But
how long will it take you to turn your restaurant around to get it all built out?
I'm thinking we're probably about 30 days away, 40 days. I'm going to take it slow. I want to make sure we do it right. Make sure we got all the pieces in play. Do some dry runs. Have some VIPs come out. Do some friends and family. Yourself as well. Friends, family, food bloggers, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, bring them all out and do some tests. So you limit the menu to 6 items. This is the 6th menu item this night. This is the next 6th menu item this night. You know, and then everyone gets to experience different things.
How are you gonna run the menu? Is it gonna be fresh every? Is it gonna be different? You're gonna change stuff all the time? You gonna seasonal, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, so I think we're gonna run with this core right now and see how the core does.
Okay.
So we got a core. So what we did was we took the hall menu over here at Fort Worth, and so we took the truck menu and we married the two together. Okay. So and then we're gonna add a couple different fresh things.
This is the hall menu right here.
This is the hall menu. Mm-hmm.
So there's that lobster grinder.
Yeah, number 1 right there.
You got the main.
Yep.
You got shrimp. Got Connecticut.
Sure.
Blue crab. Is blue crab popular here?
Believe it or not, it's not. But there is some people that love crab, and blue crab is. I mean, it's good. It's good, but it's not that popular here.
Okay, I see crab and I see chips. What is crab chips?
I know that's the biggest question of the day. Obviously, people come here. What crab did you hurt to get the crab on the chip?
Nowadays, that's probably what they would say.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, well, how much crab is on that chip?
Whatever you do, don't put a picture up you jerking some crab out of the water. People are crazy about stuff like that.
Oh, they are. Yeah, you got to be sustainable too, right?
So crab seasoned chips. How does that?
So basically, we take the Old Bay, salt, pepper, garlic, and we're doing homemade potato chips.
That Old Bay is delicious stuff, isn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable. You can put that on anything.
Yeah, you can.
You put that on wings, you'll be surprised.
I might try that.
Yeah, I'm serious. You'll be surprised.
You ought to try that.
Yeah,
you tried it?
I'm working on it. Maybe a special.
So how's crab chips? They just sound good. Pier Street corn. What is Pier Street corn?
Pier Street corn. So basically Mexican elote, basically a Mexican form of elote. Our version.
Is it already shaved off and mixed?
Yeah. So it's shaved off the cob, basically thrown in with a bunch of seasonings, a little bit of ancho. We use ancho, so a lot of people may use guajillo or maybe chipotle or something like that, but we use ancho. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Let's grab some of this food here. So
absolutely. Yeah, so
those are crab chips right there?
Yeah, so those are the crab chips right there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got that's the Pier Street corn right there.
Oh, wow. This is the Pier Street corn, crab chips.
There's the homemade potato chips.
Wow. Let's set it out so we can see from the there we go.
Sure.
Got the overhead camera.
There you go. Sweet. Yeah, that's our grinder.
This is a grinder.
Number 1 guy, and we brought the one of our sleepers, the shrimp.
Would you say the sleeper?
Sleeper shrimp.
How can you call it sleeper shrimp?
I think people just don't. They're expecting fried.
Okay.
And we're doing boiled shrimp. We're doing boiled shrimp with we're tossing like a shrimp salad with a bunch of fresh herbs and mayo and all that kind of good stuff.
Man, look at this. Is this the way it actually looks?
Yeah.
Just like this right here.
Just like that. Yeah. It's been hurt a little bit on the way over here.
But it
still looks good.
It's big and thick and luscious and just looks delicious.
Yeah. It's a maybe 4.5, 5 ounces of lobster meat, and it's straight. It's straight protein. So I mean, if you're on a
And this is a sleeper shrimp. Now, what kind of bread? What kind of bread do you use?
So this is a New England style roll. So it's basically, it looks like a hot dog roll with the split top, and then we butter both sides. So we butter both sides, and it's got a nice. It's some people call it Wonder Bread, but it's far beyond Wonder Bread.
Oh yeah, it's not. That ain't Wonder Bread.
That's not Wonder Bread. Exactly.
I say ain't because I want to say ain't because it ain't Wonder Bread.
Yeah, exactly.
But they just look fantastic. So do you have somebody make those for you, or do you get them? Or they already made?
So we have a local bakery called Flowers. Flowers Bakery makes the rolls for us, and then we're doing Main Street. Main Street makes a brioche bun for us as well. So we're going to dabble with some brioche.
I think, and I tell everybody this, in all my years of restaurant business, I have never come up with anything more important than breads. When I'm talking about bread for a hamburger, has got to be good.
Absolutely.
Bread for a sandwich has got to be good and fresh.
Yep.
Dinner rolls that come from a steak restaurant or whatever.
Right.
Bread has got to be fresh, soft, and delicious.
Exactly.
Or it ruins the whole profile of the food
exactly.
of the food dish.
Yeah, we're in Texas. Everybody loves their biscuits and bread here.
Dude.
I mean, Texas toast.
And if you got a bad biscuit, people aren't coming back to your restaurant. They're not coming back.
Exactly.
Okay, so and what is this?
So that's our dockside pickles. So we make a homemade pickle. Nobody makes homemade pickles.
You make homemade pickles yourself?
Homemade pickles, yeah. We got vinegar, we got water, we got sugar, salt, and then we dabble it with some of our aioli. On top of there with some fresh paprika. It's phenomenal. People go bananas. That's another thing people ask for. Say, can you make those, put those pickles in a jar for us? So they want to take that home too.
But you could do that.
Yeah, we could do that easily. We just need to get pressurized, get one of those pressurized machines, and then we could package it up for them.
That's very, very good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Thanks.
But
absolutely.
I've loved corn all my life.
Yeah.
So what's the name of this corn again?
Yeah, so Pier Street. So we call Pier Street corn. and it's got fresh cilantro, a little bit of we put a little Valentina as an accent. It's a Valentina sauce. I don't know if you like that sauce.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite sauces. Some cotija cheese in there. It's really good.
Awesome.
Really
and then
good.
these right here, these are the bad boys, right?
Yeah, yep. Those are the bad boys. Yeah, you can't go wrong with these chips. Yeah, people call them kettle, but they're not. They're better than kettle.
Y'all aren't going to like these at all.
You ain't gonna like this.
I promise you won't.
Yeah,
this is really good.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Absolutely. Yeah.
How many of those do you make a day?
Oh lordy! So we have 2 big buckets or 2 big barrels, basically Lexans, whatever you want to call it. So we'll probably go through half of those a day, or on the weekend we'll go through 2 or 3.
Those are really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you bag those up and sell them to people?
Yeah. So that's the next step. I think another step when we get into a little more retail, because we got the hot sauces, and then we're probably gonna dive into start doing some retail on the chips.
It's the right thickness and the right flavor.
Yeah, yeah.
It reminds me of a kettle chip.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
Exactly. Thank you.
So,
yep.
You got hot sauce too.
So we got hot sauce. Yeah, we got our own branded hot sauce. We got a habanero, and then we do a mango habanero as well.
We do it that way.
And
the Doc hot sauce.
Yeah.
Can they buy this there?
Yeah, absolutely. $5, $5 a jar, which is really cheap. We're not trying to make any money on it. See, I know you got plenty.
Dude, I collect them. Look at this hand grenades. Isn't that cool? I got it in Florida.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a great marketing idea.
Oh yeah, there's like 150 hot sauces out there. I went to Kansas City. There's a place called Oklahoma Joe's up there, and right next to him was a hot sauce place. It was like the whole wall was covered with hot sauces.
Isn't that crazy?
It was unbelievable.
We've gone in the last 20 years from hot sauce being just being average to everybody in the world wanting it.
Right. Exactly.
And then everybody wonders why we got stomach issues.
Yeah, we all got ulcers.
Okay, so I love your it's sup, sip, and be coastal, right?
Yeah, so
that's really cool.
That took a long time to create some kind of tagline. Really, just means eat, drink, and be merry. But where do you want to be merry? Let's be on the coast.
Yeah.
So let's be coastal. Let's think coastal thoughts. Because the more you think coastal thoughts, the more you're going to relax, the more you're going to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's fantastic. So what is? I know you told me a while ago, but I want you. What's all the? Okay, I see. You got habanero peppers, fresh carrots, onions,
vinegar,
lime juice, vinegar, garlic,
yes sir,
and good old salt.
Salt,
got to have salt.
Salt makes everything go round.
I'm telling you,
it comes from the earth.
I tell people all the time. I remember Chef telling me one time. I think it was a long time, 10 years ago or 8 years ago, 5. I don't know, but I think it was David Holster, and we were talking about flavor profiles and how they taste, and he said that he quit smoking, and when chefs smoke a lot, they salt foods heavier,
right?
Because their taste buds, get all
they're whacked.
And I never thought about that until he told me. So French chef, they smoke a lot. They're going to have a lot of butter and salt in their stuff, which they do anyway, but not as much salt.
Right.
So David said when he quit smoking that he could just the flavor profiles really changed, open up a whole different world.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can you cut back whatever you're bringing into your systems. When you clean your gut, you can taste a lot of new things for sure.
So with your doc group, with all your restaurants and your menu,
right? What
is your very favorite thing to cook? What is the thing that drives your passion the most? If you had to pick one.
Wow. The lobster grinder is really the heart of me.
Come back to the grinder.
Come back to the grinder. The grinder is the heart. It was where we all started, and just that whole combination of different proteins and herbs and spices and a little bit of touch of mayo. Just makes everybody. It makes you all fuzzy inside. As
soon as that camera goes off, I'm going to try a party. I'm going to cut that. We're going to try it.
There you go.
I just don't want to have all of them run down. Exactly. It's hard to look good with it running down your beard.
Yeah. You don't want that to happen.
So, what is going to be your new menu for your restaurant? We talked about this, but let's touch on. You're going to have. It's going to be simple, short. You said
simple, short. Yeah, exactly.
I think some stuff off here.
It'll be a lot of combinations from the hall menu and then the dock menu, and then the truck menu as well. So basically, I think we're looking at maybe less than 20 items. So we got a couple categories from the rolls to we're actually going to incorporate bowls. Bowls are really hot right now.
Bowls are big, but I've watched them just the last 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Just Bam! Everybody wants to do a bowl.
Everybody wants a bowl. Everybody wants a bowl. I was like, what? It's like, so, well, Chipotle really kind of got it started too.
Yeah,
really.
Chipotle
Just got that whole bowl fragment, you know. So we're gonna throw in 3 new bowls, and then we're gonna throw some tacos on the menu. We got some really signature tacos from my chef is a big smoke. I call him my barbecue chef.
Yeah.
Basically, he's a smoker. Tim Halls. He does a phenomenal job with some of the smoking. So we're gonna throw smoked salmon on there. We're gonna do some pork belly. We're gonna do.
I love pork belly.
We're gonna have a signature burger. We got to bring back the. We used to call it a Surfside burger. So we're gonna bring that Surfside slider back.
If you're in Texas, you got to have a burger.
Yeah,
burger and a taco.
Yeah, you got a burger taco. You got to have it. It. So we'll have a couple appetizers. We're gonna do something that I've created way back when I was a kid. Hot queso with crab in it. Oh,
hot queso with crab. I'll eat that.
Man, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I was just looking. You got lobster mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
Yeah, so lobster mac is basically our number 2 selling item on the menu, even though it's in a side dish. So that people come to us just for the lobster mac.
Well,
and it has
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's got a creamy sauce in it with accents of poblano. And then Gouda cheese, basically.
Gouda cheese is very silky and sexy, and it just
oh yeah, it
rolls across your tongue, right?
It's phenomenal. I'm a big fan of Gouda.
I turned Jana on, my girlfriend, onto that a while, and she likes it a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of people never tried Gouda, and I don't know why, but it's
just a mystery.
Because they don't advertise it. People see American, they see Swiss, see provolone.
They don't see it. Yeah. Gouda makes it all better.
It does make it all better. It's just creamy and silky. It does. I can see why the lobster mac and cheese would do well. Is it a combination lobster? A bunch of different lobster in there?
Yeah. So just basically claw and knuckle meat. So fresh claw and knuckle. We just flash fry it, or we're actually getting into the poaching factor too, because poaching actually holds the integrity, holds the protein really well. So we're going to do some poaching when we get into the restaurant scenario.
The claw meat's good. It's good.
Yeah, it is.
My problem is I just don't want to work to get it out of there.
Nobody does.
No, I don't. I want it to be like this or sitting in front of me.
Exactly.
If I want to go hunting to get my meat, I'll go hunting. I don't want to go hunt and then try to,
Right. Exactly.
But a lot of people do.
Yeah, I had that experience. Yeah, that's what Marylanders do. I mean, they crack crabs all day long, and you get very little meat.
I saw one of these shows where they have some big restaurant up there, and it's a huge restaurant, and it's real popular. They take hammers and they give you hammers. They hit the hammer and bust the, and it's wildly popular.
Yeah.
It was on a dock, actually. It's based on a dock somewhere.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I believe it.
Asian sea slaw, is that popular?
Yeah. Not as popular. That's something that came off the truck, actually. That was one of our side dishes on the truck. So we just take basically kale and some slaw. We throw it together and throw a nice light Asian dressing to it. Everyone does a mayonnaise slaw. And I was like, hey, let's do something light. Let's do something light and different, and that works out well.
So what drinks pair? I don't know if you've ever tried this. I'm just curious if you have. What drinks pair well with the lobster and the shrimp sandwich? What would that be?
It's going to have to be fruity and light.
Fruity and light.
Yeah, fruity and light. Just keep the fruit notes and lightness. Whether it be wine, white Chablis or something like that, or maybe a vodka or gin or something. It's going to have to be light, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you don't want a predominant whiskey or predominant bourbon. That's probably not going to work. So
you don't have a cheese dip right now to dip those chips into?
Not with me.
But do you have one? Is it on your?
Yeah. So we're rolling out that hot queso, the hot queso with crab in it. So boom.
With that chip, that's going to be dangerous. Mm-hmm. That's going to be very dangerous.
So we're going to take that sauce that we use for the lobster mac, and we're going to combo that. So half the sauce is going to be lobster mac sauce, and then throw some cream cheese and some other cheese in there.
Awesome.
That's going to be a phenomenal queso.
All right, so people want to get a hold of you. What's your website?
Website, the Doc Texas.
The Doc Texas.
Doc Texas.
What's Instagram?
Instagram is Doc B Coastal.
Doc B Coastal.
So without the E.
Without the E. So Doc B Coastal. Yep. But if they go to your website, are all your social media on there?
Yeah, they're all there. Yep.
Okay, one more time, your website?
The Doc Texas.
TheDocTexas.com.
Yep.
And thank you. And then you are going to open up Dallas when?
Dallas, I'm thinking first week of December.
December.
We're in Uptown Dallas off McKinney Avenue.
Like his Facebook page. They're on Facebook, Instagram. Like the pages. Yep. If you're trying to get a hold of us, as usual, Trey's Chow Down. What I tell everybody all the time, that's Trey with an E, because all the cool Treys were born with E, not A. I don't believe that, but that's just what I tell everybody.
There you go.
It's Trey'sChowdown.com. Go there. If you're looking for the other shows, we've got all of our last podcasts there. You can go to the podcast Trey's Chowdown Live section. You can go to our YouTube channel. You can go to our Twitter, our Instagram. Everything is at Trey's Chowdown, or like I tell everybody, just Google me. I love that. Just Google me.
Just Google me.
I love that because if you get people to do that, it brings up more of your stuff.
Right. Exactly.
It just keeps you relevant on Google.
Absolutely.
I had a guy tell me one time that if they don't do something every 10 or 15 minutes, you become irrelevant. So I'm like, man.
Yep.
I got to get that out there.
Just keep pumping.
Well, I really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me.
Pleasure to learn you. And I enjoyed. I met you the first time at that little shindig. What was that?
We did a little benefit over in the Crocker Road.
Yeah. That's where I met you. And I've been to the dock. I'd seen your deal in there before.
Sure.
But that's the first time I met you, and I'm glad I did.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're part of Dallas-Fort Worth.
Thank you.
We're going to say Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yeah, Dallas-Fort Worth. We have friends in both towns.
Yeah, that's right.
We love both towns too. I mean,
don't forget my invite.
Yeah.
To the new place.
Yeah, I got your invite. I got your invite. First on the list.
I got my hat too.
You got your hat. You got your sauce. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. And where's the truck gonna be this weekend?
This weekend we're in the Colony.
Colony
On Saturday. It's gonna be a little bit chilly, but I think we'll still do fine.
So if you're in the area, go to the Colony. I love the Colony, by the way. Go to the Colony. Look for the. You can't miss this truck, man. It's a blue like. It's like an electric blue or something.
Yeah, it's almost electric-y. It's hard to describe.
I want a pair of glasses like this.
Yeah,
that color blue.
That blue. There you go.
Oh, I'm serious.
Oh, absolutely. You need it.
I had to hunt for these. It took forever to get these, and so I'm like, I want them that blue color.
There you go.
Again, I really appreciate you being here, man.
Appreciate you.
Thanks a bunch.
Hey, thanks, Trey.
And y'all look up the Coastal and go to Colony for his new food trucks weekend. See y'all later. I'm Trey Chapman, publisher of Trey'sChowdown.com. I'm passionate about finding the best food, drinks, and chefs, and sharing it all with you. I should know I have over 5 decades of food experience. Find me on any podcast platform, Facebook Live, or just Google me. Now you can watch and listen to all my great finds every week on my live TV and radio podcast at Trey's Chowdown Live.